Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome as we get set for the official weigh-ins. We're back in St. Louis tomorrow night at Scott Trade Center. Bellator MMA 145 back with a vengeance. Some official particulars for tomorrow night. Doors will open at 5 o'clock. First fights inside the Bellator cage, the prelims at 5:45. They'll start, and as always, they'll be seen live on Spike.com, and then the main broadcast presented by Miller Lite. We'll hit the airs live on Spike at 8 o'clock Central Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. The normal start time on Friday nights for Bellator MMA, and Friday night lights out, always live on Spike. Tickets are still available if you don't have them. The Scott Trade Center box office. For information, Bellator.com, or to purchase your tickets, you can go to Ticketmaster.com. We're back in St. Louis once again, and so glad to be back here. Jesse, thank you. And a lot of local support here in St. Louis helping us out here, Bellator MMA. In fact, here's a great example of some local support from the St. Louis Blues and the St. Louis Rams. Would you please welcome Louie and Rampage? No, not that Rampage, the better one. The official mascots for your teams here in St. Louis. And I think it's time. Bellator MMA President, Mr. Scott Coker, let's go ahead and square him off in anticipation for tomorrow night. This will be 3 5-minute rounds. I'm going to guess maybe what, heavyweights? No, heavyweight and lightweight? Either way. How about a nice hand for the mascots here in St. Louis? Louie and Rampage. Hey, a quick announcement. Bellator MMA's Fan Fest is happening tonight at Dave & Buster's in Maryland Heights from 8 until 11 o'clock. Stop by and see some of the greatest names in MMA like Royce Gracie, Ken Shamrock, Kimbo Slice, Tito Ortiz, and the reigning Bellator MMA light heavyweight world champion, Mr. Liam McGeary. By the way, he's here somewhere if you want to meet him. But the Fan Fest, 8 o'clock until 11 o'clock. We'll see you over at Dave & Buster's tonight in Maryland Heights. My name is Mike Williams, occasion announcer for Bellator MMA. So glad to welcome you to the official weigh-ins. We'll have fighters on the scale in just a couple of moments. You've already met Mr. Scott Coker. Let's introduce the lovely ladies from Bellator MMA. Joining me on stage now, Mercedes, Summer, and Lindsay. Again, the lovely ladies from Bellator MMA. Tonight's weigh-ins and tomorrow night's action, all sanctioned by the Missouri Office of Athletics Executive Director, Mr. Tim Lukanoff. Tim, thank you, sir. Tomorrow night, we'll kick it off with Lawrence versus Sanchez in the first fight live on Spike. Again, 8 o'clock local time, 9 o'clock Eastern time. Then the heavyweights in a rematch, Bobby Lashley against the Colossus James Thompson. And then we go to the High Ridge, Missouri native, the former lightweight champion Michael Chandler, as he takes on the Caveman. There's the Chandler clan, David Rickles, and then 2 world title fights. We'll kick it off. The co-main event, lightweights, Ill Will Brooks defends his title against Marcin Held. And then in the main event of the night, one half for the Pitbull brothers, the champ, the featherweight champ. That's Patricio Pitbull again. One of his toughest fights, or 2 fights ever. They'll do it again. He'll take on Daniel Straus in Pitbull Straus number 3. And with that, let's go ahead and do it. Let's bring your fighters to the scale. To do that, as always, please put your hands together and welcome one half of the broadcast team live on Spike. This is Jimmy Smith.
Thank you so much. Let's get it started with our preliminary fights. Of course, check them out on Spike.com. We start out in the welterweight division, 170 pounds. Chell Irwin Davis versus Adam Sella. First to the scale, fighting out of Jefferson City, Missouri. Please welcome Chell Irwin Davis. Record of 2-1 as a pro, 1 win by knockout, 1 by submission. $169 3/4 for Chell Irwin Davis.
Over here, brother.
And his opponent, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, please welcome Adam Sella. A record of 6-4, 3 wins by knockout, 3 by submission. $170 3/4 for Adam Sella. Two fighters, all of their wins have been finishes. Give it up for him, Chael Irwin Davis versus Adam Sella. This next fight, a catch weight, 160 pounds, Jeff Crotty versus Garrett Gross. First to the scale, fighting out of Staunton, Illinois. Please welcome Jeff Crotty. He is making his pro debut. He stands 5'8", 31 years old. $161.5 for Jeff Crotty. One more to go. Yep. And his opponent, fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, please welcome Garrett Gross. A record of 6-4, 5 knockouts, 1 submission. $160.25 for Garrett Gross. Let's give it up for him. Our second preliminary fight, Jeff Crotty versus Garrett Gross. Moving back up to the welterweight division, 170 pounds, Kyle Kurtz versus Stephen Mann. First to the scale, fighting out of Jackson, Missouri. Please welcome Kyle Kurtz. A record of 4-1, 2 wins by knockout, 2 by submission. That's wrong. It's wrong. Yep, right there, bro. $170 even for Kyle Kurtz. Right over here on the blue line, buddy. And his opponent, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, please welcome Stephen Mann. A record of 10-3, 2 wins by knockout, 8 by submission. $169.25 for Stephen Mann. Let's give it up for the welterweights, Kyle Kurtz versus Stephen Mann. Another fight at the welterweight division, 170 pounds. Jordan Dowdy versus Adam Meredith. First to the scale, fighting out of Collinsville, Illinois. Please welcome Jordan Dowdy. Undefeated at 2-0, both of those wins by knockout. $170.5 for Jordan Dowdy. And his opponent fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri. Please welcome Adam Meredith. A record of 3-1, 1 win by knockout, 1 by submission. He stands 6'2". 170.25 for Adam Meredith. Let's give it up for the welterweights, Jordan Dowdy versus Adam Meredith. Moving up the scale to the heavyweight division, 265 pounds, Alex Huddleston versus Augusto Sakai. First to the scale, fighting out of Denver, Colorado. Please welcome Alex Huddleston. A record of 6-1, 2 knockouts, 2 submissions. He stands 6'7". $255 even for Alex Huddleston. And his opponent all the way from Curitiba, Brazil, please welcome Augusto Sakai. Undefeated at 8-0, 7 wins by knockout. He stands 6'3". $263 even for Augusto Sakai. 14 wins, only 1 loss between these two heavyweights. Alex Huddleston versus Augusto Sakai.
All right, guys, see you up tomorrow. Come on in.
Moving back down the scale to the middleweight division, 185 pounds, Clay Mitchell versus Kane Royer. First to the scale, fighting out of Carlisle, Illinois. Please welcome Clay Mitchell. Undefeated at 1-0, that 1 win by submission. $181 even for Clay Mitchell. And his opponent fighting out of Carrolltown, Illinois. Please welcome Kane Royer. $185.5 for Kane Royer. Let's give it up for the middleweights, Clay Mitchell versus Kane Royer, ladies and gentlemen. The next fight, a catchweight, 140 pounds, Scott Etling versus Fazlo Mulabitinovic. First to the scale, fighting out of Hillsborough, Illinois. Please welcome Scott Etling. Undefeated at 2-0, both of those wins by submission. $139.5 for Scott Etling. And his opponent fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri. Please welcome Fazlo Mulabitinovic. A record of 2-1, one win by submission. $140.25 for Fazlo Mulabitinovic.
Needs to make exactly 140.
Let's give it up for him. Scott Etling versus Fazlo Mulabitinovic. And our final preliminary fight, of course, check it out on Spike.com. Rashard Lovelace versus Brandon Lowe at 145. First to the scale, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri. Please welcome Rashard Lovelace. A record of 1-0, that one win by knockout. $144.75 for Rashard Lovelace. And his opponent fighting out of Wood River, Illinois. Please welcome Brandon Lowe. Making his pro debut, he stands 5'8", 25 years old. $146.5 for Brandon Lowe. Turn around. Half pound over, we're gonna try it with the tarp. $146.4. That's .4 to go. Trust me, I've seen some heavy underwear on this stage before. People have made it. You're good. You're good. Our final preliminary fight at 145 pounds, Rashard Lovelace versus Brandon Lowe. Give it up for him. Now on to the televised portion of our show. Of course, check us out on Spike TV. Our first televised fight in the featherweight division, 145 pounds, Emanuel Sanchez versus Justin Lawrence. First to the scale, fighting out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Please welcome Emanuel Sanchez. A record of 11-2, 1 knockout, 5 submissions. 148.4, 2.4 to go. You're good. Me first, man. Emanuel, in your last fight against Corrales, you called yourself a proud Mexican fighter. What does that mean to you? More importantly, what does it mean to the fans tomorrow night?
Just that I'm going to leave it all on the line. Everybody ready for a show? You know he's got a hometown hero coming in here, and so you stay ready, don't got to get ready. Now I was born ready. And we're MMA fighters, man. We don't have an off season, and my coach, Duke Rufus and Scott Cushman, don't call me overtime for no reason. So I'm always ready to put in work, and I'm ready to leave it all on the line again tomorrow night.
And please welcome his opponent, fighting out of Pacific, Missouri, Justin Lawrence. A record of 8-2, 3 wins by knockout, 1 by submission. $146 even for Justin Lawrence. Not me first, buddy. Justin, 3 things. You're fighting in front of your hometown crowd, you kick off the televised portion of the show, and you're facing a guy who's not going to take a backward step. What does that mean for everybody who's coming to see the fight tomorrow night?
I'm just really excited to display my skills in front of my hometown, and a lot of respect for Emanuel. You'll see a great fight come tomorrow night, and let's get after it.
Hey, Justin.
2 guys who cannot wait to kick it off for us. Emanuel Sanchez versus Justin Lawrence. Give it up for him. And moving up to the heavyweight division, 265 pounds, James Thompson versus Bobby Lashley. First to scale, fighting out of Manchester, England. Please welcome James, the Colossus Thompson. A record of 20-14, 11 wins by knockout, 7 by submission. $264 even for James, the Colossus Thompson. This card is with a vengeance for a reason. You know that's what Bobby Lashley wants. What's he going to get from you tomorrow night?
A lot of pain. Pain, not just pain, pain and disappointment in a neatly wrapped package.
Please welcome his opponent, fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, Bobby Lashley. Professional record of 13-2, 4 wins by knockout, 6 by submission. $239.5 for Bobby Lashley. This fight was supposed to happen several times. It's finally going to happen tomorrow night. You get your opportunity at Payback. How much hungrier are you now because of that delay?
I'm extremely hungry. I trained my ass off for this fight, so I can't wait for this to happen.
All right, guys, let's go.
2 big boys are going to get it on. Let's give it up for him. James Thompson versus Bobby Lashley, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, guys,
Now moving down the scale to the lightweight division, 155 pounds, David the Caveman Rickles versus Michael Chandler. First to the scale, fighting out of Derby, Kansas. Please welcome David the Caveman Rickles. A record of 16-3, 4 wins by knockout, 6 by submission. $155.75 for David Rickles. Get a drink first, man. Go ahead. Dave, you told me I'm not a Stone Age caveman anymore. I'm an Iron Age caveman. What does that mean?
All right, I got one message only. I got a lot of respect for Chandler. And respect in this game, what I've earned through my entertainment. You know, I'm one of the most respected entertainers in this game. Tomorrow night, I'll be one of the most respected 55-pounders on the planet for my show and my fight.
And his opponent, fighting out of High Ridge, Missouri, please welcome Michael Chandler. The former Bellator lightweight world champion. He has a record of 13-3, 5 knockouts, 6 submissions. $155.75 for Michael Chandler.
Thank you.
Michael, the last time you were in the cage against David Rickles, a quick fight. You don't expect the same fighter in front of you tomorrow night. Why is that?
I hope I don't have the same fighter in front of me. I'm glad he's evolved. That's what we need in this sport, guys who are going to step their game up and evolve like he has. He looks better. He's shown that he's better. I've gotten better. We're right here in St. Louis, about to put on a beating on him in St. Louis at the Scott Trade Center. I'm excited.
This is one fight you cannot blink to. Guys who love to throw. David Rickles versus Michael Chandler. And now our co-main event for tomorrow night for the lightweight world championship at 155 pounds. The challenger, Marcin Held, versus the champion, Will Brooks. First to the scale, fighting all the way from Poland. Please welcome Marcin Held. A record of 21-3, 4 wins by knockout, 12 by submission. Only 23 years old. $154.8 for Marcin Held. Marcin, I've seen you fight a lot of times. This is the biggest opportunity of your career. Will it bring the best out in you tomorrow night?
Yeah, it will be a really good fight. I'm good prepared and I will try to finish him fast.
And his opponent, the Bellator lightweight world champion, Will Brooks. Let's go! A record of 16-1, 5 wins by knockout, 4 by submission. 155.8 for Will Brooks. 0.8 to go.
That's 55 on my scale.
Will, I usually don't see you this happy. I don't see you this excited. Tell me why all the energy for this fight tomorrow night.
Man, I've had a pretty active week, man. You know, I've been through a lot this week, but it's just really exciting to be on this card with a bunch of guys that are homegrown guys. I think we're finally getting an opportunity to show people that we can carry a card by ourselves and not need a bunch of other fighters or older guys to jump on and have to carry us. So it's exciting to be a part of.
Our co-main event for the lightweight world championship, the challenger Marcin Held versus the champion Will Brooks. Give it up for him. And on to our main event of the evening for the featherweight world championship, 145 pounds. The challenger, Daniel Straus, versus the champion, Patricio Pitbull. First to the scale, fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida. Please welcome Daniel Straus. A record of 23-6, 4 wins by knockout, 6 by submission. 144.4 for Daniel Straus. Daniel, you've gone to war with Pitbull twice before. You said the third time is the charm. Tell me why.
Come out here and do what I said I was going to do in my last fight. I'm going to come out here and beat his ass.
And his opponent, the featherweight world champion, Patricio Pitbull. Fighting out of Natal, Brazil, he has a record of 24-2, 9 knockouts, 9 submissions. $144.4 for Patricio Pitbull. Pitbull, you heard what Daniel Straus had to say. He's coming to beat your ass tomorrow night. Will that happen, or does history repeat itself again?
História vai repetir.
Eu não estou preocupado com o que ele fala. Eu vou levar meu cinturão para casa de novo.
I don't care what he's saying. This belt's coming home with me.
This is our main event. 2 fighters who know each other well for the featherweight world championship. Daniel Straus versus Patricio Pitbull. Obrigado, brother. Appreciate it. St. Louis, you are fantastic. We will see you at the fights tomorrow night.
Jimmy Smith, thank you very much. Hey, this just kicks off a big couple of days of action with Bellator MMA. Later tonight, 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock at Dave & Buster's in Maryland Heights, the Bellator MMA Fan Fest gets underway. Come on over, meet the likes of Kimbo Slice, Ken Shamrock, Tito Ortiz, the legend, Royce Gracie, the Bellator light heavyweight champion, Liam McGeary. They're all at Dave & Buster's on Maryland Heights tonight, 8 o'clock until 11. Doors tomorrow at Scott Trade Center, 5 o'clock. First fight, 5:45. Great to be back here in St. Louis. We'll see you tomorrow night as Bellator MMA again, presented by Miller Lite.